If you think Thanksgiving's all turkey and gratitude, you've clearly never seen Americans deep fry a frozen bird, sprint a 5K in a turkey costume, or wrestle their uncle for the last slice of pumpkin pie. From turkey trots to Thanksgiving toilet paper, here are 49 of the dumbest Thanksgiving traditions in America. Number 3 made a fire department quit dinner early. 1. Every year in Minnesota, a small town hosts the Frozen Turkey Bowling Championship, where locals slide rock-solid frozen turkeys down a grocery store aisle, pretending it's a bowling lane. They replace bowling balls with icy birds and soda bottles with pins. The winner gets bragging rights and usually frostbite. One guy tried to wax his turkey for extra speed and sent it flying into the dairy section, destroying half the milk display. Another competitor showed up with goggles and a helmet, shouting strike every time the turkey hit anything. It's the only sport where the referee also doubles as the store manager, begging everyone to stop before someone loses an eye. 2. In Texas, there's a group that believes the perfect Thanksgiving tradition is firing old turkey carcasses out of homemade cannons across empty fields. They call it the annual turkey launch and insist it honors freedom and physics. Participants wear safety goggles and drink cider while aiming cooked birds toward distant hay bales. The local sheriff has shown up twice but ended up joining the fun after his own launch set a record for distance. Last year, someone tried attaching fireworks to the turkey wings for extra lift and created a mini fireball in the sky. They cheer every launch like it's the 4th of July, with zero awareness of how insane it looks from afar. 3. Every Thanksgiving morning in Ohio, a neighborhood hosts the Gravy Mile, a race where runners must carry an open bowl of hot gravy without spilling it. Whoever finishes with the fullest bowl wins a golden ladle and lifetime ridicule. The streets are slippery from previous year's spills, turning the course into a brown skating rink. Last year, one guy face-planted at the halfway point and still kept running like a zombie with gravy dripping down his arms. Spectators throw biscuits as motivation, while the local news covers it live, pretending it's culture. The race ends with everyone pouring leftover gravy on themselves as victory sauce, while pretending it's an ancient American ritual. 4. In Vermont, there's a weird Thanksgiving challenge where families compete to build life-size turkeys entirely out of mashed potatoes. They sculpt wings, legs, and even tiny pilgrim hats while trying not to laugh as the potato birds collapse from heat. One team brought fans to keep their turkey cool and ended up splattering mash across their living room. Judges score based on creativity, realism, and smell, which means the neighbor with garlic mash always wins. The winner gets a gravy boat trophy and bragging rights until the dog eats half their sculpture. The mashed potato turkey tradition started as a joke, but now the town hall officially lists it as a community event every November. 5. In Florida, some families decorate palm trees instead of pine trees, calling them Thanksgiving gratitude trees. They hang paper leaves where everyone writes what they're thankful for, like family, friends, and air conditioning. One man proudly hung a rotisserie chicken ornament claiming turkey allergies. The trees light up with orange bulbs and inflatable turkeys, dance in driveways confusing tourists who think it's an early Christmas. Kids wrap the trunks in tin foil pretending it's stuffing foil, and the neighbor across the street once tried roasting marshmallows on a strand of lights. It's a humid, chaotic blend of holiday cheer and sunburn, with every passerby wondering why there's a turkey wearing sunglasses staring back from the porch. 6. In Colorado, there's an annual frozen pie toss where contestants catapult leftover pumpkin pies into the air and try to catch them barehanded without breaking the crust. The event began as a small family bet, and now the town square is covered in pie shrapnel every Thanksgiving afternoon. The mayor once joined and ended up with whipped cream in his hair for the entire day. People bring helmets and ponchos, but still walk home sticky like caramel apples. One participant tried catching 2 pies at once and knocked himself out cold. Locals swear it's a symbol of unity, though it mostly unites people in sticky regret in sugar rush delirium. 7. In New York, some families practice the annual pilgrim costume dinner, where everyone must dress like 17th century settlers while pretending they have no electricity. They light candles, turn off Wi-Fi, and cook turkey on backyard fire pits while wearing itchy bonnets. One teenager refused to participate and showed up dressed as an iPhone, saying he represented modern sin. Guests churn butter by hand, using coffee cans and selfie sticks, because authenticity stopped mattering years ago. Someone always forgets the fire safety part and ends up with half-burned stuffing. By dessert, everyone drops the accent and eats pie off paper plates, swearing they'll never go full historical again, but still repeat it next year. 8. In Michigan, there's a parade dedicated entirely to inflatable leftovers called the Float Feast. Instead of floats shaped like heroes or cartoon characters, they march giant balloons shaped like gravy boats and cranberry blobs. Last year, wind gusts sent a 10-foot turkey leg balloon crashing into a hot dog stand, causing a minor gravy flood. Kids ride miniature mashed potato carts while marching bands play turkey gobbles on kazoos. The mayor waves from a pumpkin-shaped float, tossing packets of instant stuffing to the crowd. Tourists call it both genius and terrifying. The event always ends with a deflation ceremony where hundreds of balloons collapse in unison, symbolizing America's post-dinner exhaustion perfectly. 9. In California, beach towns. Thanksgiving morning means Turkey Surfing Day, where locals dress like turkeys and ride waves carrying roast birds strapped to surfboards. They call it giving thanks to the ocean, while pelicans stare in confusion. One surfer's turkey slipped off mid-wave and hit a lifeguard tower, starting a tradition of turkey retrieval races. The smell of salt and roasted bird fills the air as families cheer from the sand. Someone always plays dramatic music from a speaker in a cooler. It's ridiculous, pointless, and somehow the most Californian event imaginable. After the final wave, participants hold a short gratitude circle, then immediately argue about who had the crispiest bird. 10. In Maine, a small diner hosts an annual Thanksgiving leftover sculpture contest, where artists build monuments out of cold stuffing, cranberry sauce, and turkey bones. The sculptures melt slowly under the lights, turning the display into a museum of edible nightmares. One kid built a gravy volcano that actually erupted mid-judging, covering the mayor in sauce. Another contestant created a realistic turkey out of Jell-O that scared a toddler into tears. The smell alone clears half the building by noon. Despite chaos, the event continues because locals call it tradition. They swear each sculpture tells a story, though the only story anyone remembers is how the janitor refuses to work that shift again. 11. In Kentucky, a group of hunters celebrates Thanksgiving by playing turkey tag, where they wear inflatable turkey costumes and chase each other through the woods armed with feather dusters. The rules are unclear, but involve shouting "gobble" every time you tag someone. One man once ran straight into a tree and declared it a victory. Spectators cheer while trying to film without laughing. The winner receives a golden wishbone and a lifetime ban from local parks. Last year, they accidentally wandered into a real hunting zone and confused several deer. The police were called but ended up posing for selfies instead. The whole event now doubles as a charity run for concussion awareness. 12. In Nevada, a strange Thanksgiving ritual involves competitive cranberry bog wrestling. Locals fill kiddie pools with cold cranberry sauce and climb in to wrestle while blindfolded. The crowd chants "spill the sauce" as participants slip and slide like toddlers in a jelly bath. The referee uses a turkey baster as a whistle. One competitor lost a shoe 3 years ago, and it's still in the bog. Winners get free dessert at the town diner, while losers go home sticky and smelling like pie filling. It started as a radio bet and somehow became a civic holiday. Tourists come thinking it's a food festival, but leave realizing it's just chaos covered in berries. 13. In Oregon, there's an annual event called the Turkey Whistle Orchestra, where families create instruments out of old wishbones, plastic forks, and tin foil. They rehearse all week just to perform gobble-themed songs in the town square. The sound resembles ducks arguing underwater. Last year, they tried performing the national anthem, and a gust of wind scattered half their instruments across Main Street. Locals bring earplugs but claim the tradition represents gratitude through noise. One old man insists it cures seasonal depression, though mostly it causes headaches. The mayor once banned amplified gobbles, but the rule was overturned after protests involving someone dressed as a giant clarinet-shaped turkey. 14. In Arizona, a desert town hosts the annual Stuffing Eating Relay, where teams of 4 shovel plates of dry stuffing without water then sprint around a cactus maze. The event lasts until someone either wins or faints. Paramedics stand by with cranberry juice as first aid. Last year, one participant choked, laughed, and sneezed, stuffing simultaneously, creating what locals called the miracle of breadcrumbs. The relay sponsor is a dental clinic, which makes perfect marketing sense. Spectators chant, "Chew, don't die," while kids sell lemonade made of gravy. The winner gets a small trophy shaped like a bloated pilgrim, and the deep regret of knowing their digestive system will remember this forever. 15. In Wisconsin, families gather for the turkey ice plunge, where they jump into freezing lakes wearing drumstick hats, yelling thanks before realizing hypothermia isn't festive. The event began after one uncle dared another and somehow became an annual thing. People pretend it's about cleansing the soul, but it's mostly about impressing neighbors. One grandma broke a record by yelling "longest underwater gobble" before lifeguards dragged her out. The local bakery sells cinnamon rolls shaped like life preservers. Spectators clap, wrapped in blankets, sipping cocoa while secretly judging everyone's sanity. The mayor leads the countdown every year and immediately retreats to a heated cabin. No one really wins, but everyone leaves blue and proud. 16. In Illinois, an eccentric inventor hosts the Turkey Drone Parade, where he attaches stuffed toy turkeys to mini drones and flies them across the sky like a Thanksgiving air show. The drones loop and twirl, forming gravy-shaped smoke trails. Last year, one crashed into a cornfield, starting a small grass fire that firefighters described as festive but stupid. Spectators bring lawn chairs and chant "Fly, bird, fly." Kids chase fallen drones as if collecting candy. The inventor claims it's a modern tribute to freedom, but neighbors call it aerial nonsense. The event now requires 3 permits and 1 apology letter to the local airport each year. Somehow it still attracts hundreds of loyal fans. 17. In Georgia, there's a competitive event known as the Gobble Off, where contestants must perform the most realistic turkey gobble using only their voice. The crowd votes by volume of laughter, not accuracy. One kid won after sneezing mid-gobble, creating what judges called revolutionary poultry expression. Participants practiced for months, recording themselves in secret. The grand prize is a turkey-shaped megaphone, an eternal embarrassment. The town live streams the event every year with captions like, "Please send help." Tourists think it's a prank until they hear 50 adults gobbling in harmony. The mayor once joined and accidentally started a rumor about wild turkeys invading town hall, which the local news reported as true. 18. In Alaska, residents celebrate by creating turkey-shaped ice sculptures that they roast with flamethrowers in the snow. It began as an art show but evolved into a bizarre barbecue competition. People arrive with goggles roasting frozen sculptures until steam rises like a scene from a weird holiday movie. One man built a 12-foot turkey block that exploded mid-roast, covering spectators in steam and confusion. Judges score based on melt speed, creativity, and safety violations. The prize is a lifetime supply of marshmallows and a handshake from the fire chief, who clearly regrets attending. Despite the chaos, locals insist it's their way of combining art, gratitude, and mild frostbite into one magical day. 19. In Washington, D.C., there's a parody tradition called the Great Political Turkey Debate, where comedians dress as famous politicians and argue over who ruined the stuffing recipe. Each year, they improvise fake campaign speeches promising better gravy distribution. The audience throws dinner rolls instead of applause. One actor once got booed for defending canned cranberry sauce. The event raises money for food banks, but mostly raises eyebrows. Reporters attend pretending it's satire, though no one's sure anymore. Last year, someone brought a live turkey on stage to moderate the debate, but it panicked and ran into the crowd, creating pure democracy. The tradition now lives streamed as the most honest debate America has left. 20. In North Carolina, there's a bizarre Thanksgiving parade where every float must feature at least one dancing appliance. Locals decorate washing machines, microwaves, and blenders with pilgrim hats, then play music while the machines wiggle down the street. It started when a hardware store needed promotion and somehow turned into tradition. Kids cheer as a dishwasher spins to disco, while parents record in disbelief. Last year, the Grand Marshal was a refrigerator wearing sunglasses and waving from a truck bed. Judges award points for rhythm and power efficiency. It's loud, strange, and unexplainably heartwarming. The mayor claims it represents community spirit, though the only spirit visible is static electricity from too many extension cords. 21. In Pennsylvania, one small town celebrates Thanksgiving Eve with a corn maze sleepover where families camp inside the maze overnight. They bring blankets, snacks, and optimism that fades by midnight when everyone gets lost. The farmer sets up checkpoints with gravy samples as motivation. Last year, a couple argued over directions so loudly they got rescued by the local sheriff at 3 in the morning. The tradition started accidentally when a family couldn't find the exit and decided to call it bonding. Now hundreds join each year, hoping not to repeat history. The highlight of the night is watching people pretend to be brave while secretly crying near the Scarecrow snack station. 22. In Louisiana, locals gather for the annual deep-fried dessert duel, where participants fry everything from pumpkin pie to ice cream sandwiches. The goal is to impress judges with creativity without burning the fairgrounds down. One man deep-fried a slice of cheesecake inside a Twinkie and nearly caused an oil explosion. People attend wearing shirts that read "Fry or Die." Ambulances stand by like part of the show. The event smells like sugar and regret. Last year, a competitor tried deep-frying cranberry sauce and created something resembling lava. The mayor still calls it culinary innovation. Winners get golden tongs and free cholesterol screenings. It's the only competition where victory tastes exactly like heartburn. 23. In Idaho, there's a Thanksgiving sport called stuffing dodgeball, played in gymnasiums using balls made entirely of compacted stuffing. Players hurl soggy breadcrumbs at each other until someone collapses from laughter or exhaustion. The floor becomes a greasy battlefield of broken stuffing chunks. One teacher invented it for fun, but it became a full tournament with trophies shaped like oven mitts. Last year, a player caught a ball with his face and instantly became a legend. The cleanup crew now uses snow shovels instead of mops. It's absurd, unsanitary, and completely beloved. The school principal attends every year pretending it's educational, though everyone knows it's really just organized food chaos. 24. In Tennessee, there's a rural town that holds a Thanksgiving tractor parade where farmers decorate their tractors like giant turkeys. Feathers made of corn husks flap in the wind as engines roar down Main Street. Kids wave holding mashed potato cones while grandparents judge the decorations. One farmer added a real turkey to his hood last year, and it refused to get off for 5 miles. The crowd cheered like it was a national hero. Afterward, they gather for a community dinner served on hay bales. It's wholesome chaos powered by diesel and gravy. The smell of exhaust and stuffing fills the air, proving America can turn any vehicle into a celebration. 25. In Utah, there's a holiday event called Thanks Yoga, where locals dress as turkeys and perform outdoor yoga poses shaped like wishbones. It was meant to promote mindfulness, but mostly causes cramps and confusion. Instructors shout, "Breathe like a turkey," while students wobble in freezing temperatures. Someone always faints mid-gobble pose. The class ends with everyone lying on yoga mats, shaped like pie slices, pretending to be grateful. Tourists stop to take pictures, thinking it's performance art. One man claimed he reached spiritual enlightenment after falling asleep in gravy pose. The city now hands out free hot cocoa and heat packs afterward as part of its injury prevention program. 26. In Massachusetts, a coastal town celebrates Thanksgiving by hosting the Great Clam Chowder Tug of War. 2 teams grab a rope stretched across a pool filled with warm chowder. The losing side ends up swimming in soup while the audience cheers. One year, someone added croutons for traction and created instant chaos. The event started as a dare between fishermen, but evolved into a televised competition. Participants emerge covered in chowder, smelling like seafood and pride. The prize is a golden ladle and a week of free laundry service. Locals say it symbolizes teamwork, though outsiders see it as public humiliation, disguised as fun. It's messy, hilarious, and 100% New England. 27. In Kansas, there's a quirky Thanksgiving contest called the Gobbler Build-Off, where families construct mechanical turkeys that must walk 10 feet without falling apart. Kids program robots while parents argue about screws. The winner earns a silver wishbone trophy and bragging rights in every hardware store. One creation last year exploded confetti mid-waddle and won unanimously. Another burst into flames before reaching the finish line. The event mixes science fair energy with chaos, fairground enthusiasm. Spectators cheer watching turkeys made of cardboard zip ties and hope. It's surprisingly competitive for something that barely functions. Even the local mechanic sponsors it, claiming innovation begins with nonsense and leftover Thanksgiving parts. 28. In New Mexico, there's a desert festival called the Great Turkey Balloon Chase, where dozens of hot air balloons shaped like turkeys fill the sky at sunrise. Pilots race to drop feather-shaped confetti over specific landmarks. Last year, high winds sent 3 balloons drifting into Arizona, but everyone called it a success anyway. Families picnic below wearing foam pilgrim hats. The event ends with a confetti storm so massive cleanup takes hours. Locals insist it's symbolic of letting gratitude fly, which no one really understands, but they still clap. The mayor delivers his speech from inside a turkey-shaped basket, pretending it's the future of tourism, and oddly it works. 29. In Indiana, a group of college students invented Turkey Trivia Night, where every wrong answer means you must eat something disgusting like cold stuffing or canned gravy shots. The questions range from historical facts to random nonsense, like how many feathers fit in a pumpkin. One student once ate 12 gravy shots trying to guess the year pilgrims invented sarcasm. The host wears a pilgrim hat that lights up when someone gets an answer wrong. People keep playing because winning means you don't vomit. The bar owner calls it education through suffering. It's messy, loud, and oddly patriotic. Locals watch live streams just to see who quits first. 30. In Montana, residents host the Wild Turkey Chase, where volunteers dress as turkeys and run through town, while kids armed with nets try to catch them. The event ends when all turkeys surrender or collapse laughing. Adults bet candy bars on which turkey lasts the longest. One year, the mayor joined wearing roller skates and nearly took out a marching band. The crowd cheers as captured turkeys receive participation ribbons. No real birds are harmed, though one seagull accidentally won once. The whole thing feels like a cartoon come to life. The chase ends with free hot cocoa and everyone pretending it had deeper meaning than grown adults sprinting in feathers. 31. In Oklahoma, they celebrate Thanksgiving with the cornbread catapult competition, where teams launch heavy squares of cornbread at bullseyes painted on hay bales. The record stands at 60 feet and 1 broken car window. Judges measure accuracy and dramatic flair. Last year, someone used a slingshot so powerful it knocked their own hat off. The air smells like butter and shame. Spectators wear ponchos to protect themselves from flying crumbs. The winning team gets a golden spatula, while the losers donate their soggy leftovers to ducks at the park. It's absurdly popular mostly because people love watching food become projectiles. Nothing says gratitude like dodging cornbread in a parking lot. 32. In South Carolina, families gather for the annual pilgrim pageant gone wrong, where adults perform a chaotic reenactment of the first Thanksgiving entirely improvised. No one rehearses and everyone forgets history halfway through. Last year, one actor introduced dinosaurs as special guests, while another offered pizza to the pilgrims. The audience laughed so hard the scriptwriter quit mid-show. Costumes fall apart and random neighbors jump on stage pretending to be corn. It ends with everyone singing a made-up anthem about stuffing. The chaos is live-streamed by the local news as cultural education. Teachers tell kids it's creativity, but everyone knows it's collective confusion disguised as heritage. 33. In Virginia, there's an underwater turkey hunt tradition where divers search lakes for plastic turkeys anchored underwater. Whoever retrieves the most wins a turkey dinner coupon. The event began when fishermen dropped one by accident, and now hundreds join yearly. Divers pop up yelling gobble while holding their prizes triumphantly. Visibility is terrible, so people bump into each other constantly. One guy surfaced holding a traffic cone thinking it was a turkey and still placed third. The prize ceremony takes place beside a bonfire where everyone pretends it was worth the frostbite. The event's slogan proudly states, "Find the bird, find yourself," which makes no sense but sounds deep. 34. In Colorado Springs, there's a Thanksgiving pet parade where owners dress their animals as famous Thanksgiving dishes. Dogs waddle as turkeys, cats wear cranberry hats, and someone once painted their goat to look like mashed potatoes. Judges award creativity points while chaos unfolds. A golden retriever once ate half its own costume mid-parade, causing applause. The local paper calls it adorable madness every year. Spectators throw mini biscuits instead of confetti, and every pet receives a treat bag shaped like a gravy boat. It's cute, chaotic, and slightly concerning. By the end, all animals look confused but proud, which pretty much defines Thanksgiving for everyone involved. 35 in North Dakota, people celebrate by hosting frozen turkey curling on icy lakes. They slide wrapped turkeys toward painted targets shouting strategy like they're Olympic athletes. The birds spin unpredictably, making every throw a mystery. One participant last year slipped mid-slide and invented a new sport called regret. Locals bring thermoses of cocoa and cheer for anything that moves. Judges score based on distance and flair, not physics. A news crew once tried filming, but froze their camera lenses before the final round. The champion receives a turkey-shaped ice medal that melts before the interview ends. Everyone agrees it's the most dangerously delicious game ever invented. 36. In Nebraska, they host a Thanksgiving tractor karaoke, where farmers sing classic songs through loudspeakers, mounted on tractors rolling slowly down the main road. The event started as boredom relief during harvest season, but evolved into a beloved nightmare. Singers belt out gravy-themed lyrics while engines drown them out. One farmer performed an entire ballad to mashed potatoes that trended online for sounding romantic. Spectators hold flashlights instead of lighters, and cows watch unimpressed. The mayor once joined and accidentally reversed into the sound booth mid-chorus. The town still calls it the highlight of the year, because nothing bonds a community like tone-deaf karaoke mixed with diesel fumes. 37 in Arkansas, there's a strange Thanksgiving pastime called the cranberry slip and slide. Locals spread gallons of cranberry sauce on a plastic tarp downhill and race belly first to the finish line. The surface turns into a sticky red river of chaos. Last year, one participant lost a shoe halfway and crossed the line with only pride left. Spectators cheer holding spoons like flags. Kids roll down for fun while adults pretend it's exercise. Cleanup takes 3 hours and leaves everyone smelling like jam. The winner gets a medal made of dried cranberries and eternal bragging rights. It's absurdly messy but unforgettable, which is exactly why people keep doing it. 38 in Washington State, a group of artists hosts the annual Gravy Painting Festival, where participants create portraits using different shades of gravy as paint. The smell is unbearable, but the results surprisingly realistic. Last year, someone painted Mount Rushmore entirely in turkey gravy and won grand prize. Flies constantly join the gallery, adding movement to the art. Visitors pretend to appreciate it while gagging politely. The paintings eventually slide off the canvas like melting ice cream. Judges describe it as abstract flavor expression. The winner receives a lifetime supply of napkins and public confusion. It's the only art show where critics bring biscuits instead of notebooks. 39 in Iowa, residents host the Pie Juggling Jam, where contestants juggle full-size pies while walking across a balance beam. The crowd chants "pie or die" as whipped cream flies everywhere. One contestant completed the course blindfolded, but slipped on a rogue crust halfway through. The air smells like sugar and fear. Judges score based on balance and style, though everyone ends up covered in dessert. The event began as a bet between clowns and bakers, and now raises money for local charities. Winners earn a golden rolling pin and a lifetime discount at the bakery. Even failure gets applause because watching humans lose to pastries is pure entertainment. 40 in Hawaii, there's a Thanksgiving luau, where instead of traditional turkey, locals roast it underground with pineapples and call it Island Gratitude Feast. Tourists join expecting calm tradition, but get greeted by hula dancers wearing turkey feathers. Someone always brings ukuleles shaped like drumsticks. The air smells like smoke and sweet fruit while kids surf nearby. A chef once dropped the turkey pit lid and created what witnesses called a lava eruption of dinner. Everyone clapped. The meal ends with coconut pie eating contests and a bonfire shaped like a pilgrim hat. It's wild, colorful, and confusingly patriotic. Locals love it, tourists film it, and everyone leaves full and sunburned. 41. In Wyoming, a ranch community hosts the annual Turkey Rodeo, where cowboys ride mechanical turkeys instead of bulls. The machines wobble and gobble while riders cling on for 8 seconds of pure chaos. The crowd goes wild as someone inevitably flies into a haystack. One year, a turkey robot malfunctioned and started spinning until the operator had to lasso it. The event doubles as a fundraiser for animal shelters, though no actual turkeys approve. The winner gets a belt buckle shaped like a gravy boat. Kids line up for selfies next to feathered mascots who look traumatized. It's loud, weird, and uniquely American, combining rodeo pride with poultry confusion perfectly every year. 42. In Minnesota, there's a Thanksgiving game called the Pilgrim Pancake Flip-Off, where families compete to flip pancakes using frying pans tied to their belts. They spin, jump, and shout Pilgrim power, while neighbors watch in disbelief. Last year, one contestant flipped so high, it landed on the roof where it stayed until spring. The judges pretend to score for technique, but secretly reward comedy. Pancakes fly everywhere, hitting fences and mailboxes. Spectators cheer, wearing aprons decorated with maple syrup stains. The champion gets a golden spatula, while the rest eat their losses literally. It's breakfast turned into slapstick theater, and somehow everyone considers it cultural heritage. 43. In Colorado, mountain towns host turkey sled racing, where people slide down snowy hills sitting on frozen turkeys wrapped in plastic. The birds spin uncontrollably, creating instant wipeouts. Competitors wear ski goggles and questionable judgment. One year, the mayor joined and nearly collided with a snowplow. Spectators record the madness for social media, calling it winter's dumbest sport. The event ends when all turkeys thaw too much to continue. The prize is a turkey-shaped snow globe and free hot chocolate for life. Locals swear it started as a physics experiment, but no one believes them. It's cold, reckless, and the perfect metaphor for American enthusiasm without breaks. 44. In Chicago, there's a peculiar contest called the Drumstick Duel, where participants use giant foam drumsticks to sword fight on stage. The crowd cheers every swing, while referees wear pilgrim hats for authority. Last year, two teachers battled for 10 minutes straight, ending in a mutual pie explosion finale. Children laugh, parents film, and everyone gets hit at least once. The event promotes family fun, though paramedics always linger nearby. The winners receive matching turkey leg trophies and local fame as the Drumstick Dynasty. It's chaotic, theatrical, and deeply satisfying to watch. Every year, the stage floor ends up covered in feathers, laughter, and questionable safety decisions. 45. In Portland, a coffee shop hosts the Vegan Thanksgiving Protest Picnic, where people gather dressed as vegetables to preach about cruelty-free gratitude. They sit outside rain or shine, chanting hugs, not hens, while passing out tofu drumsticks. Passers-by stop for free samples and confusion. One year, a man dressed as bacon tried to join and caused a philosophical meltdown. The event ends with everyone holding hands around a giant pumpkin hummus bowl. Police once showed up thinking it was a food fight, but left with pamphlets about compassion. It's oddly wholesome and unintentionally hilarious. Locals pretend it changes lives, but mostly it just makes pigeons very happy. 46. In Ohio, there's the Stuffed Turkey Parade, where participants waddle through downtown wearing inflatable turkey suits filled with helium. They float slightly off the ground like confused balloons. Last year, wind gusts carried two turkeys into a parking lot where firefighters gently deflated them back to earth. Marching bands play off-key versions of holiday songs, while people clap pretending it's majestic. The mayor rides on a golf cart shaped like a gravy bowl, waving proudly. The parade ends with a mass deflation ceremony called the Big Burp. Children cheer, adults take selfies, and everyone wonders why they love it so much. It's dumb, heartwarming, and visually unforgettable. 47. In Alabama, there's a Thanksgiving karaoke battle where every song must include the word turkey somewhere in the lyrics. Contestants rewrite pop hits into bird-themed versions. One woman performed Rolling in the Gravy, while another sang Don't Stop Believing dressed as salad. The crowd roars, laughing, and throws napkins like confetti. Judges award points for creativity and courage. The winner gets free dessert and minor fame on local radio. The event always ends with a group sing-along of Sweet Turkey of Mine that shakes the building. It's equal parts concert and comedy show, proving gratitude sometimes sounds like chaos. 48. In New Jersey, neighborhoods hold the Turkey Light Fight, where families compete to decorate their houses with the most outrageous Thanksgiving lights. There are glowing turkeys, inflatable pilgrims, and animatronic mashed potatoes that dance to country music. Electricity bills skyrocket, but pride matters more. One family installed a talking cranberry that wished everyone good digestion. The local news films it yearly, calling it suburban madness. Judges arrive in a golf cart with flashlights like holiday detectives. The winner receives a golden extension cord trophy. Even Santa shows up early to see what's going on. It's loud, bright, and absolutely unnecessary, which makes it perfect America. 49. In Alaska, some families celebrate by carving snow turkeys the size of cars and racing them down icy hills using sleds underneath. The snow sculptures often crumble halfway, but that's part of the fun. People paint them orange and brown for realism. One year, a snow turkey slid into a parked truck, creating instant fame for its creator. Locals cheer with thermoses of coffee and zero common sense. The winner receives a crown made of icicles and bragging rights until spring. The event began as boredom therapy and turned into legend. It's cold, ridiculous, and somehow wholesome, proving that even at freezing temperatures, America finds a way to be festive. And that's 49 of the dumbest Thanksgiving traditions in America, from gravy painting to turkey surfing, proving this holiday might be less about gratitude and more about glorious chaos. Which one would you dare to try, or which one do you secretly think your neighbors already do? Drop your state in the comments, hit subscribe, and remember, on Brain Fumble, every celebration deserves a little stupidity served hot with extra stuffing.